to go through with this. Realistically, none of us ever had a shot at the top. The more you learn about what it takes to seize the levers of power, the more comfortable you tend to become as a cultural captive. We are all genetic refugees from a pre-cultural time, sleeping in whichever camp will let us, usually wherever we started. One more thing needs to be said of this movie before I can end this video. The fucking name. What does it mean? Why don't the words perfect or blue ever appear in the movie? What did they mean in the original book? What is a perfect blue? In the purest sense, the aspect of Mima's personality and of Japanese culture which this film most sets out to critique is perfectionism. It prods at different perspectives on perfection, what it means, what it leads to in people, and where it will land you. It's not about perfection of a singular work or form, like how the legendary chef Jiro dreams of sushi, but rather about trying to create a perfect sense of self. A feeling of completeness about who you are and where you fit into society. Where do we get our ideas of perfection? We want to believe there is a totalizing version of any given thing, a thing which can't be improved upon. But the concept is so metacognitive that it has no real application in reality. Who the hell can say what a perfect thing is? Why would we ever let someone be the authority on what is or isn't perfect? What are you really telling someone when you say that something is perfect? And will it mean anything to them if you don't explain yourselves after saying it? I have argued my whole career against attempted calls to objectivity in describing pretty much anything because there is no way to be the arbiter of what is objective. Smart people can't even decide if reality is real or not, or how the universe started. Why the hell would any of us be able to make a statement on the nature of something being real? Still, I know that people are not being this actually meta when they call something objectively good or even perfect. What they're mostly trying to say is that it lives up to the accepted standard or is, in their opinion, the best of anything they've encountered yet. With all of that in mind, I would know what someone meant if they told me that Perfect Blue was a perfect movie, or that Kon Satoshi was a perfect director. After all, it's so goddamn hard to imagine how it could be done any better. But I did promise I would try, right? Japanese media tends to misunderstand and make fun of fat and ugly people, in part because their culture and appearances are deliberately so massively homogenized. But I'm American, where you're very much allowed to be fat and everyone is ugly, and I've personally had plenty of experience with being both fat and ugly throughout my life, so I think I'm fit to speak on how this film misuses these traits. Rumi does not strike me as a kind of person who would want to be just like Mima. She clearly wants to be close to her and is obsessed with her, but actually coming to embody her completely doesn't seem in line with what her life has been up until Mima's career shift. Maybe she was okay with just projecting onto Mima and then upon losing her felt that there needed to be a replacement, so she became one in desperation, but how is she so capable of convincing her that she's just like Mima when she's actually so different? I think it would have made a lot more sense for the criminal to end up being someone more similar to Mima in obvious ways, who more obviously wishes that she could be just like her. It would still be her manager because she wouldn't want to have to